Hey guys, and welcome to Armchair Conversations with Rob. I'm doing the series on thoughts from the retro notebook still, and this one is short but might stir a little discussion. Most people lead very ordinary lives, others like to be well respected. The question you have to ask yourself is, do you want a very ordinary form of respect? You know, this one is still uh, a predominant theme in my life because of my desires for what I want to be in my life and how I want to be seen, both by myself and others, even though one typically is supposed to be more important than the other, but hey, we're human. Being well respected is something that has two parts, just like I said. There's a part about you respecting yourself, um, and there's a part about others respecting you. Now, I do feel like you respecting yourself is much more important than what other people do as far as respecting you. But I also believe that even with your own self respect, there comes a work ethic. This came from me watching a kung fu flick, as most people who know me will laugh about because I've watched a lot. And there was a prince, Shikari, who had been basically, his parents had been dethroned and murdered. Internal plot. Uh, he's off on the run now, and he's at Shaolin Temple, and he is trying to learn kung fu so that he can recover his throne and restore his family's power to the country. And he is learning techniques that were unorthodox compared to what he learned originally. Unfortunately, a little backstory: Shikari is very arrogant, and he is very judgmental, and he is very elitist, and he thinks that because he was good at his particular style and his particular way of living, that everyone else is beneath that, and so he judges everyone, and he is very, like I say, arrogant. He is soundly, of course, trounced by those who are not, who are humble and who are willing to have work ethic much, much greater than his. And now he wants to emulate that because now that has become his new picture of elite. So, anyway, long story short, he's practicing and not doing so well. And he starts to uh, wane, like most of us do when we attack something with huge amount of discipline and kind of tire ourselves out in the process because it's lengthy. It's not a quick fix 5 minute solution. This ain't 8 minute abs. There's no such thing. So the monk looks at him and he says, most people like to live very ordinary lives. Others like to be well respected. Do you think you deserve a very ordinary form of respect? And for whatever reason, it ticks him off and he begins to increase his work ethic. So, the long story short, he becomes the person that he wants to be, and he becomes a good ruler and actually does take over the country, regains it back from the usurpers. So I said all that to say this. It doesn't really matter what it is. It doesn't matter whether you want your respect in a physical area, being like a martial artist, a weightlifter, bodybuilder, fighter, tennis player, basketball player. It doesn't really matter. Okay. What matters is, in order to get a non ordinary form of respect, there's a work ethic that's involved. There is hours and hours of beating up on your craft that is necessary for you to improve. Um, Not only for others, but for yourself. There are things that you're going to have to do to respect yourself. And part of that is knowing about yourself, learning about yourself, and becoming a student of your own life, both your successes and your failures. Because just complaining about failures and problems and drama may feel good in the moment, But if you don't have, or you're not willing to arrive at another solution to change that, you will not have even your own respect subconsciously, much less anybody else's. And so I'm urging you to consider that your own self-respect is tied to whether or not you arrive at the solutions to the issues that are plaguing you and the work ethic that you need to have to get them. I don't believe in overzealousness. I'm a baby step kind of person, but I do believe that those baby steps have to be consistent. And that as you become a better person, you will begin to respect yourself more. And as a side consequence, later when we talk about some law of attraction stuff, as a side consequence of you getting better respect for yourself, others will begin to respect you too. And all of that's tied into the work ethic of working on yourself, improving yourself, and then taking those same concepts and applying them to your external world, which is unfortunately where I am right now. So, thank you for sharing my armchair. Give me some feedback, give me some comments. Let me know what you think. Share with me as I share with you. Um, if you like it, subscribe. If you don't, hey, that's what search engines are for. And so I wish you a good day whenever and wherever you are.